Yo, in 2004, there was nothing I wanted more in my life than a Game Boy Advance SP. The commercials were so elite, the box was beautiful, the actual console was just so interesting to me, the little tiny cartridges, I wanted this so bad. I had a PS2 at home, but there was just something about the idea of being outside and playing the exact same games outside. I wanted to be outside and play Spider-Man 2, Need for Speed Underground 2, and then one day I saw this game in stores and everything changed. WWE Survivor Series for the Game Boy. Just from the cover, I assumed this was going to be the greatest game ever. So after weeks of begging my mom, I got a Game Boy in 04. Life was perfect. I was like, alright, at home, I'll play Here Comes the Pain all day. I'll go out and then I'll play Survivor Series. I was so excited. And then I turned my Game Boy on. What the fuck was this? I thought I was back in the 80s or something. I was so sad. What kind of wrestling game was this? Imagine playing Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth all day, and then you're excited for the Game Boy, and this is what you get. This was the biggest bamboozle of my life. See, none of my friends had a Game Boy. I never played one. I just saw commercials, and I assumed it was like having a PS2 or a GameCube on the go. Clearly not. Instead of Spider-Man 2, it was Spooderman 2. Instead of Need for Speed Underground 2, it was like asphalt on a Motorola Razr that my dad had. And this was not the WWE game I expected. It was just sad because you would look at the covers for these games and they were the exact same as the PS2. So my little dumbass assumed it was gonna be the exact same game as the PS2. But no, it was just sad. Sure, eventually I still had fun, but my biggest dream was playing a proper WWE game on the go, and that wasn't happening with Survivor Series, because this was just something else. My handheld WWE game dreams were dead. Until Sony came in and saved the day. The PSP was announced later in 2004, and of course I begged my mom to buy it and she said no because I just bought a Game Boy a few months ago. What the hell was I gonna do with a PSP? But mom, the graphics, this and that. No, it didn't matter. But eventually in 2005 I did get a PSP, and the PSP was just legendary. The ultimate handheld gaming experience. This device brought me so much joy I can't even try to explain, and one of the main reasons why were these iconic games on this handheld console. From Smackdown vs. Raw 2006 until 2011, the games were released on the PSP, meaning the iconic games of our childhoods were available on the go. It all started with SVR 06, I don't care man. This was a monumental moment in gaming. Take this in, 2004, this was the WWE handheld game we got. Fast forward 1 year, we got Smackdown vs. Raw 2006, and this just changed the game. As soon as you start it up, it's like, GG, this is beautiful. It's the exact same game as the PS2. The same menus, the same soundtrack, the same match types, all the same match types, including Fulfill Your Fantasy. So now when you're playing Fulfill Your Fantasy, you don't have to worry about your mom coming in and kicking your ass for playing it. But nah, this was just insane. The fact you could do a triple threat tornado ladder match on a PSP blows my mind. The same roster, the same arenas, and eventually you see the in-game models and you're like, yeah, this is just too good to be true. When I first played this back in 06, I was ready to be bamboozled. I was like, there is no way this will be good. They probably spent 90% of the UMD storage on the menus and how it loads and the looks. But then when the match starts, it's SVR 06 through and through. The entrances, the arenas, the models were beautiful. This was on a handheld console in 2005. The day I played this for the first time was honestly the greatest day of my life. They even had Titantron videos, crowd chants. Sure, the crowd looks kinda empty, but it's okay, just pretend it's the pandemic era. This game starts and the gameplay is perfect. They somehow ported SVR 2006 into a tiny ass UMD and kept it 100. The animations are exactly the same. The Smackdown PS2 DNA game is in there. It's just amazing. Like anything you could do on the PS2, you could do on the PSP anywhere. Fam, you had general manager mode on the go. Draft your roster, set your champions, make matches, even season mode complete is in here. You would expect maybe a watered down season mode, no cutscenes, no this and no that. No. Everything is here. Voice acting, cutscenes, even your own mini locker room. So yeah, now when you're driving to school, you can see Teddy Long get hit by a car. If that wasn't enough for you, they even had special mini games such as Texas Hold'em, a WWE trivia game, and the legendary Eugene airplane game. Oh, Eugene. Trust me though, this is much harder than it seems. This was just so fun. The PSP changed the game, and SVR 06 on the PSP was so special, and in my opinion is a monumental moment in gaming. I don't care. Okay, not really, but kinda. We were so used to Game Boy ports that were nothing like the game. Hell, even on the PSP, most of the times the sports games or other ports were only similar in a few ways. Here they're like, alright, you know what, Control C, Control V, take it, just get out of my face. Here's SVR 06 on the PSP, fuck off. THQ and Ukes were definitely in their bag. And as the years went on, we got SVR 07 on the PSP, which once again just meant that when you're going outside with your parents, it was actually fun because you can just sit in the back seat just playing SVR 07. Every year you got a PSP version, 08, 09, 10, and 11. It was always impressive what they packed into the PSP versions. Eventually they could have just been like, you know what, let's not add these features, we're whiling out too much on the PSP version. But no, in 08 they had 24/7 mode. In 09, 10, 11 they had Road to WrestleMania. The wildest part to me is even SVR 2010 on the PSP had Create a Story. It's just so cool. We were definitely spoiled. Not only did we have amazing games to play at home, but even on the go, we had the time of our lives playing SVR 07 in the middle of nowhere. Like, I swear, growing up, my parents could have took me anywhere. I don't care. As long as I could bring my PSP, I was satisfied. It's just so cool looking back at. Sure, the graphics were not the best, but like I said, what made it so special was the fact we could do it in the first place. SVR 11 and All-Stars were the last handheld WWE games to come out until 2K18 on the Switch. I missed this. I simply just missed this. There was something so fun about having these games on the go. They had their own charm. Sure, by 2011, the graphics looked like a WWE coloring book, but it's still real to me, damn it. The PSP games were a big part of my childhood. Sure, the games were the same as the console versions. There was no revolutionary features, but that's all we wanted. I wanted to be able to do GM mode, season mode, do a 6-man Hell in a Cell on your PSP on the go. Honestly, to this day, I don't know how my PSP didn't blow up and how the hell it handled this. There was no reason for a device from 2004 to handle a 6-man Hell in a Cell, but I ain't complaining. What's cool is to this day, the SVR PSP community is alive and basically has become the SVR Android community. SVR 2011 is still being modded to this day. You can find custom made WWE 2K19s and 20s, all are mods of SVR 11, and honestly look, they might look mad ugly graphic wise, but hey, at least they work unlike the real 2K20 on PS4. There's so many fan made mods, and look, some are really good, some are not the best, but to me it's just amazing that 9 years later people still sit there and they work on these games. They make the effort to make SVR 11 still relevant in 2021. Look, someone made a mod that has the Thunderdome in SVR 11. So yeah, in 2021, you can sit here and use the Fiend in the Thunderdome in a WWE game that will work on your PSP. And thanks to emulation, you can play these mods and the official older SVR games right on your phone. If you have an Android, you can literally just play any SVR from 06 to 11 and these new mods. You love to see it. The PSP was a game changer, and shout out to THQ, shout out to Ukes for these games. They made my childhood so much more fun. So to end this video, my question to you guys is, what are your memories of playing these games on the PSP? What was the game that you spent the most time playing? And anything else PSP SVR related, let me know below. I definitely want to read your stories. Thank you guys for watching. The next video is coming up ASAP. It's a new year. The 2021 WrestlinGifs grind starts now. See you guys later.